What's up, Dyers? Dyer Gorgon here, and I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while, but today we're back with the brand new idea video that's been in my head for like a few days now, and I just wanted to bring it up because why not? And I thought this game could actually improve a lot more better, but at the same time, it's still a really good game, my favorite, and either way, it's gonna be a long video, but anyway, let's do this. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was a brand new game mode called Scavenger, and it would technically work the same way as Rescue and Survival mode, but just a little bit more intense. And this is how it works. Of course, there will be half zombies and half survivors, just like how it usually works. But here's the twist. The survivors will not spawn with their loadout that they have, like not a minigun, shotguns, armor, nothing. They would only spawn with a randomized primary weapon, like an AK, a sniper, or a crossbow, just a one randomized weapon, and nothing else. No armor, nothing. And the survivors will spawn inside of houses, buildings, on top of buildings, in yards, on roads, while zombies will spawn, we're technically in the same areas, in houses, buildings, roads, fields, but they would be opposite of the survivors, so, in front of them. And, anyway, the survivors will only have one randomized primary weapon, and they would have to literally go around the entire map trying to find more ammunition, weapons, and armor, and trying to be able to stay alive. Now, I don't know what the goal is. Either it's going to be a time limit or a probably rescue mission, but either way, whichever one works. And the little twist here is that there will be no ammo stations. There's going to be only weapons on the ground, and you have to use as much ammunition in the gun as possible before you have to drop it and go ahead and go find some more ammunition. That way you're just not constantly training and camping in one area and just camping right next to the ammo station while you're literally have like the best or worst gun. You have to constantly use guns, drop them, and find more weapons and armor to be able to survive longer. Now, this applies to the medkit station. I don't really think that there should be a medkit station, but more or less put like soda cans on the ground, candy canes as well, medkits on the ground as well, that type of thing. And nothing really changes for the zombies. They're just, all there. But either way, I think they have like a massive advantage at the start because they would have a tank, maybe even a banshee, maybe even a riot or a hunter. And that way, since you're constantly on the move and constantly afraid that any second you're just gonna get absolutely ambushed by like 300 zombies inside of a building, you have to constantly be moving and getting weapons and armor, because once you use it all, you have to find more, unless you just want to get devoured and get everything else ripped out. But either way, I think that's actually a pretty fun game mode because you're constantly on the move and you have that feeling where at any second you could die or you could survive just a little bit longer till you reach the goal. And either way, I was kind of thinking about this as well, where the the stuff would be a lot more better in the zombie territory, but then that would be extremely overpowered where people just go there immediately, so probably not. And another thing to mention, the weapons on the ground would only be gold and maybe diamond stuff. I think diamond stuff would be nice. Roblox weapons, I'm not too sure. Minigun. And I think that the diamond weapon should be a little bit more harder to find, like rarer. Not extremely rare, but kind of rare to find. Mostly AKs, snipers, Uzis on the ground. Because they give you a sort of high chance to be able to win, but at the same time, not really a chance. But either way, that's my idea. And overall, I think it's actually a pretty good one because it kind of fits to the Live for Survival genre, where you're constantly fighting for each other, fighting against the zombies, team working, and now you're constantly on the move. And that's what would kind of happen if it was in real life. You would be on the move, looking for supplies, and overall, I think this is actually a pretty decent idea. Alright, so the next idea I've had is a new zombie, which I kind of described like a long time ago about the Screecher. that wasn't really that unique, but I decided to make another one, which was a little bit more harder to program and everything else. But either way, let's do this because they're all just ideas of me. But this zombie would be called Origin. Now, this zombie is basically the zombie that started this entire infection. Basically, the zombie that started basically everything. And the zombie has a unique ability. So, at first, the zombie will have a speed boost, just like the Banshee. A little bit faster, though. And the health would be at least 200, not too much, but not too low. I think it's a pretty decent amount. And the reason why it has so much HP and also its speed is because its job is to infect a survivor, and it can only do that by scratching. Now, when a survivor is scratched by an origin, they are suddenly infected, or they become infected. And the origin, when it infects someone, it has a temporary speed boost like a Banshee for like 1 more second before it goes to like Spitter or Boomer speed for like for a long time. And when a survivor is infected, a timer will appear for both the zombie and the survivor. Now I think the timer should be about not 15, but like 30 to like 50 seconds. And the reason is because the origin, of course, when it infects someone, if the timer reaches 0, then the survivor's HP will suddenly be taken away by 30 HP. So they'll suddenly be just 30 HP will be taken away from them. And what happens to the origin when it takes that HP away from the survivor if they don't die by the survivor? If they don't die by the survivor when the timer ends, they would suddenly get fully healed, and also any zombies near like a 10 feet radius or something like that would instantly get healed. I think 30 HP, which isn't that much, but I think that's decent amounts. And suddenly the origin would become just a little bit more still have a little bit more HP, probably like 25 or 50 more. And when it infects another survivor and the exact same thing happens where the timer reaches 0 and the survivor doesn't kill the origin, it would instead heal all of its health as well, but also the HP from to all the zombies in a 10 feet radius, instead of it being 30, it would go to at least like 50 or 70. So a little bit more, and it would no longer go stronger. It'll just keep on doing it if the origin stays alive a little bit longer. And if the survivor manages to kill the origin before the timer reaches 0, either by it dying by itself or falling off the cliff or just shooting it in general, they would immediately be cured, or they would have to stand on the corpse of the origin for like a few seconds to cure themselves, which I don't think is that good because, like, honestly, if they just jump off a cliff, you'll easily not be able to be cured. But I think if you kill the origin, you would immediately be cured. And I think that's pretty good, but at the same time not as good because mostly it's because, well, survivors just don't want to go around the map looking for an origin. But the only thing that I could say about the origin having like a slight nerf and making you find it a lot more easier is that you would either have an outline of the origin but behind walls and stuff like that, so you can easily track it down and get cured, or it would have like a bloody contrail when it runs around, so you could find it easily. But the other thing I wanted to scratch about the zombie, which might come into the game, but either way, I decided not to put it in, but I'm gonna say it right now, is that if the timer reaches 0 in the origin, if the timer reaches 0 on the survivor and they still haven't killed the origin, they would immediately turn into a zombie, which I think it's way too overpowered. Because, like, if they could just, like, run around, wait for them to turn into a zombie, and instantly they're a zombie. And also another thing I wanted to mention was I forgot to mention this, but on the second stage of the origin, when the timer reaches 0 and they haven't killed the origin yet on the second time, and when they take away the HP from the survivor, it wouldn't be to 30, it would go on to like 50. and it would be a lot more brutal. But that's only on the second time they've done it, and they haven't died yet. But lastly, the Origins cost would be around like 150 to at least like 300 gold, because it's not as fast when it infects someone, and it is pretty easy to kill it if you just shoot it in the head and stuff like that. But either way, it's actually a pretty nice idea, because a zombie running Usain Bolt speed, infecting you, and then quickly just stealing all your HP away and killing everyone around just makes it super overpowered and makes it more of a threat and a better zombie that might be in the game. I don't know, but that's just my idea of it. Alright then, lastly we have the new weapon idea, and it's basically a chainsaw for survivors. Now, I don't think it should be in the melee section, it should be in a different section of weapons called specials or something like that, and I've been meaning to talk about this for so long, but I was just too lazy to do it. But either way, it would be this new, like, section of weapons called specials for, survivors. But here's the twist. Every single special weapon would be super powerful, but have a huge drawback. So, for an example, the chainsaw, what I was trying to tell you. Now, I don't know how it would attack right now, but I would probably think that you would have to, like, spin around with the chainsaw, or just slice zombies with the chainsaw crazily. But, here's the kicker. What's it called? Wait, no, not the kicker first, but it would have at least like 100 to like 300 damage. But here's the twist. Like I said, you would have to spend like, I think like 30 seconds reloading it, because like, you have to pull on that string and stuff like that, and to fuel it up again so you can charge. So I guess that's pretty good, but at the same time, like, who wants to wait that much time to, get this powerful weapon? But at the same time, it's actually a really good weapon if you're stuck in a corner or something like that. But really, I think it's pretty decent, because, like, different special weapons, and you don't have to, like, take up your personal weapons in the melee just to be able to carry this thing. But in a different section called specials, and another weapon which I was not going to include was called the body collector or something like that, or the collector. And basically what it would do was, it would basically, okay, so for an example, you killed a zombie and you were to take this thing out. Now, it would probably look like a baseball launching thing. Now, when you were to take it and use it on a zombie that died, when its bodies are on the ground, it would immediately collect its body parts. Now, it would start to shoot out the body parts. Now, they would only do like 25 to like 30 damage, but if you keep on collecting zombie body parts that you killed, and not shooting it, and just piling them up inside the machine, and as soon as you were to shoot it out, they would either shoot like a giant ball of zombie body parts, or like a mini gun, where it would just shoot a bunch of body parts over and over and over, dealing a crazy amount of damage. And the only problem is, well, you have to pick up a lot of body parts and then go up to them, just so you'll be able to collect them again, which is an easy way how to get ambushed and just die. But either way, that's the specials idea that I was thinking about, and overall, I think I enjoyed telling you all about my ideas. Alright, so Dyers, you have reached the end of the video. Well, now it's your turn to tell me what you've got in your big brains. So, do you agree with my ideas? Do you disagree? Do you have other ideas? Or do you just have other things I could do for the videos? Let me know in the comments down below. And I don't know what you guys could do this video. I guess like or something. I don't know. But either way, thank you guys for letting us hit 100 subscribers. It means everything to me. And overall, just have a good day, and probably even good 2021, actually, because last year was kind of crap. I'll tell you what, when that thing hits, I thought it was going to be, a zombie thing, and I was really excited for that, but at the same time, not really. But, what's it called? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching all of my videos. It means everything to me, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see next, or have suggestions. And even, what's it called? I forgot this person's name, but thank you for letting me know what that old town map was. It was called Lead Town or something like that. And if you're reading this, you know who you are. But either way, thank you for telling me about that, and have a great 2021. I'll see you all in 5 years.